Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Daughter of Increase. My name is Denise. For those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video, and I am the founder and CEO of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I help you guys to increase in your faith and relationship with God and Christ through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. And I do that by posting twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday, and occasionally on Tuesdays. And so I'm here. It's Wednesday. I am in my pajamas still. I'm still technically eating my breakfast right now. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this week will probably be hard for me to make videos, as I have finally gone to the neurologist. And I am on a whole action plan with tons of different medications to try to get these migraines underway. The doctor did basically say that I am suffering from severe or chronic migraines. Basically, chronic migraines is when you have more than 15 migraines a month, and that's pretty much where I've been at. And so, yes, I do have chronic migraines. And she gave me a whole action plan to do, and she did give me medication to try. So yeah, it's been a journey. It's been interesting, to say the least, to one, say that my doctor has been truly understanding, as well as a nurse, and that all of the things that I was experiencing are actually symptoms of migraines, which I didn't know. As you guys know, if you guys have been watching me from the beginning, I used to do reading blogs and like just regular vlogs talking about how I had like a really bad headache, or like how I had to turn the lights and stuff out. So I've been having migraines for years, not really realizing. I would just say it's a really bad headache, flare up type of thing, but they have been migraines, and once I hit 30, they have progressed. So I'm now 31. So it's been over a year that I've been dealing with like excessive chronic migraines. Before, they weren't chronic, they would happen every so often. Now they're literally happening like most of the month. And so yeah, she did tell me to do better with sleep hygiene, basically going to bed on time, waking up on time, because I've realized what my triggers are, and my triggers, they're triggers and not triggers, and I'll kind of explain that as best as I can in this video. Today was supposed to be my tag video. I don't know if you guys can tell from my face, I'm in pain. I actually woke up with a migraine because I did not go to sleep properly last night, and so I am now suffering with a migraine. It started off at a level 2. Right now it's about level 5. And if it gets to a level 6, I then have to take the rest of my medications. And so she gave me a 3-tier sort of action plan, treatment plan. So there's a preventative treatment that I have to take every single day, regardless of me having a migraine or not. There is the acute treatment if I'm having a migraine that I can say is between maybe a level 3 and maybe a 5, 6. And then there is the rescue treatment if I'm having a migraine over like a level 6. These are medications I take to do that. So it's a lot, because at minimum I'm taking 7 pills. Literally at minimum I'm taking 7 pills, and at maximum I'm taking 16, depending on the level of the migraine. And it's a lot. I know a lot of people, prefer not to do, medication, but for me, I've tried the natural way. I've tried doing the ice packs. I've tried doing other things. It doesn't work. I will be making a chiropractor appointment really soon. I actually have to first go back to the eye doctor, which I scheduled for tomorrow, to get blue light filters on my glasses. So I have to do that, and then I have to also look into buying some sunglasses that have my prescription, because I do have to still utilize sunglasses. And so I'm going to be ordering some dark tinted sunglasses with my prescription in them soon. But yeah, before I get into the medications, I'm going to talk about like the lifestyle modification she wants me to do. So like I said, sleep hygiene, which is basically me falling asleep on time, waking up on time. And so typically the plan for me is to fall asleep at 11:30, or be in bed by 11:30, and to wake up at 5 a.m. Why 5 a.m.? Simply because it gives me enough time to have quality time with God, get things ready for my son before he wakes up to eat breakfast. And if you guys see me looking this way, my son is home. They didn't have school out here where we live for in staff. apparently they're going to be doing it every month, where they have one day of either a half a day or closed. So today was the day that they chose to be closed, but whatever. So we have that. Exercise. Now, the problem with exercise is that it can be a trigger, which I'll talk about soon. But she wants me to do light exercise, so I'm going to do that. My diet, eating properly. I've always struggled with eating properly, honestly, and so I'm going to be working on that. Stress management, I gotta work on, and then obviously blue light filters for my eyeglasses, which I'll be doing tomorrow. And so before I get into the action plans, I'm going to talk about my symptoms and my triggers, and then I'm going to get into the action plan with information about the medications, because some of the medications were covered by my insurance and some were not because they were over the counter, so I had to pay. And now I realize why when I watched videos people would complain about the price, because medication can get expensive, and the medication she wanted to put me on is expensive, so she had to go with the alternatives, and some of the alternatives were just over-the-counter drugs that I had to buy. So that's where I'm at right now. But I guess I could start with my triggers. So I didn't realize these was triggers until I sat down. My doctor did have me download an app called Migraine Buddy, which is only the second day that I'm using it, but I am in love with this app. It really helps you to narrow down on your triggers, your symptoms. It helps you to keep track of your medication. It helps you to keep track of where your migraines are. Like, this is a full in-depth app. If you want to see a video on it, I can do that. I don't really think I need to. I don't know if there's any videos out there on it, but if anybody does deal with migraines and has never used the app Migraine Buddy, let me know and I can do that. The app is free. However, if there are some pro features that you do have to pay for, either $9.99 a month or $70 for the year. Obviously $9.99 a month, because it allows you to download the report for like the month or whatever for your doctor, and do a little bit more things. And so I've been enjoying the app thus far. It really helped me yesterday. I had a 15-hour migraine at like a level 5-6. So yeah, today it started at a level 2, and it started about 8:30 something in the morning, and so it helps you really keep track of your migraines, which I really appreciate. And it does it in such an in-depth way, and it also kind of reassured me of the feelings that I was having and that I wasn't losing my mind, because when I was going to the hospital wasn't helpful. But yeah, when I was going to the hospital and I got, with the male doctors, they were not very helpful. The female doctor I did go to at one point, I mean, there wasn't much that she could do. Same thing with my doctor. My doctor doesn't specialize in headaches, obviously. She's just a regular, doctor. And so I will say that my neurologist was actually impressed with my actual doctor and the nurse, because my nurse and my doctor prescribed me vitamins ahead of time that were actually helpful. So that's a good thing. But yeah, so my triggers. My triggers are not eating enough or skipping a meal. So if I don't eat enough food, or if I'm really hungry or I skip a meal, I get a migraine. This one is funny because if I don't get enough sleep, obviously I'm going to get a migraine. But if I sleep too much, I get a migraine. Which I've noticed over the years that I would get really bad headaches if I slept for too long. Again, I didn't know that they were migraines. Now I know they're migraines. If I don't drink enough water, migraine. And the problem with me is I hate water. I really do. I can no longer drink water from Poland Spring. Like, it makes me really nauseous, so I have to try other waters. I've been doing the core is kind of like wearing off of me now, so lately I've been doing the Fiji. I'm going to be trying Essentia, and then I have alkaline water as well. I haven't really drunk that one yet, but I do have alkaline water that I've been like swapping, so I'm pretty much trying to swap my water once every other week, swapping a brand. That's the plan. So right now I have a buttload of Fiji. I have some alkaline down there. I need to pick up some Essentia, and I will be alternating, which I never thought I would have to alternate the water that I drink, because I've been drinking Poland Spring all my life. I've drunk Deer Park before. Like, it's a whole lot. So yeah, so if I don't have enough water, or if I drink certain waters, I get a migraine. If I have too much screen time, which for me is a problem because everything that I do work-wise is on the screen. I record, I like to play my video games, I use my computers and my laptops for, creating lesson plans and doing Bible studies and teaching and creating content for my clients and stuff. So it's hard. So now I have to start doing timers when I'm on the computer or anything like that. Literally, she said, when I am working that way, I need to set a timer every hour to 2 hours, but I'm gonna say every hour and a half, set a timer to get off for 30 minutes to rest my eyes, and then get back to work. Which for me, I typically know when it's enough, but I'm the type to want to continue working because I want to get the work done. Can't do that anymore, so I can't be cutting corners with that. But yeah, too much screen time. Fatigue. I didn't realize fatigue was triggering me until I looked into the app and spoke to my doctor. I remember I was doing the workouts. I was working out a lot, and I was doing the Chloe Ting 2-week shred, ab shred, whatever the thing's called. And I was doing it consistently, but I noticed that after certain times with the workout, I would get a really bad migraine. Didn't know that was from fatigue. And also, if I'm jumping or spinning too much, migraine. And so as a dancer, that's kind of hard because I dance in church. I'm literally told to sit down for the next month so that I can get this regimen and going with the medications and things like that, and finding, the right medication. So for the month I cannot dance, which kind of sucks because dance is my life, and that's how I also minister and things like that. But it is what it is. And yeah, and I noticed when I was in church and when I would shout, praise the Lord and all that, I noticed that I would get a migraine, but I dealt with it because obviously I'm a praise the Lord regardless. But now I will say it does kind of hinder me sometimes because it's like I want to praise the Lord, but then I don't want to get a migraine. But I know that God is greater than a migraine, and so sometimes I just bust loose. I don't care, and then I just got to deal with the migraine after the fact. But yeah, jumping too much, spinning too much, working out too much, fatigue, migraine. Too much light will cause me to have a migraine. So yeah, I can deal with like light, but when it's like directly in my eyes, I have a migraine. Too much heat, too much sun, migraine. If I am late on my medicine or I don't take it, migraine. Stress, migraine. If I have a headache, that headache will eventually turn into a migraine. If I'm crying too hard, migraine, because when you cry, you get a headache, and then a headache turns into a migraine. I have too many triggers. It's ridiculous, okay? So those are my triggers. Some of my symptoms with the migraines, obviously, pain in the head. It is what it is. And the pain typically starts on the left side, and sometimes it'll go across the forehead area from like the left to the right. Sometimes it's at the lower right side, and then sometimes it's dead in the center of my head, like a squeezing sensation. And the pain that I feel is either a dull sensation on the left side, a throbbing sensation on the left side, or it travels across the forehead, like I said. The back is kind of like a tension, like the back of your head is being squeezed, and then a throbbing. So it varies depending on the level of intensity. So yeah, hot flashes. I've noticed that I get hot quite often, and I'm not the type of person to get hot because I'm more, if I'm cold, I'm cold. Like, it takes a lot for me to get hot, and I've noticed the past like month and a half I've been getting really hot. Didn't know that was a symptom of migraines. So yeah, the nausea, symptom of migraines. I've been literally nauseous for a couple months, gagging for a couple of months, and it has to do with the migraines. It was so bad that I had to go to the hospital. They gave me Zofran, and Zofran did not work for me, you guys. It did not work. So yeah. Also, my left eye gets blurry, which this eye is the eye that my eye doctor is concerned about, because for me to have been wearing my glasses as long as I've been wearing them, this eye has not gotten any better, but it has actually been decreasing. And so I also get, this left eye gets really blurry. So yeah, those are my symptoms. So triggers and symptoms. I do have what she classifies as migraine with aura, I think it is what she said. I'm looking at the paper. Yeah, so it's migraine with aura and without status migrainosis. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm still learning the terminology. But basically, I see lights when I am experiencing a migraine. I'm literally like, it's kind of like circular. I don't know how to explain it. It's just lights that I see. And it is bothersome because it causes my eyes to kind of like roll a little bit and make me squint. And then I have to like look down instead of looking up. Like, I do that a lot, I've noticed. Even at the appointment yesterday, the doctor had me following her fingers, and she noticed that my eyes were having a hard time kind of moving around, and then asked me if my eyes were bothering me, and then I said yeah. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. So yeah, I see lights. I don't get the loss of sensation at all. Sometimes I do get extremely dizzy. That's a symptom as well. I do get extremely dizzy, and sometimes it's so bad to the point where I'm tripping on my feet. So yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey, but I trust God. Sorry if you guys heard that. That's my son. But now onto the medication. So originally I was taking, where is it? I'm not gonna show you guys, but I was taking this, and this is the muscle relaxer. Uh uh I'm not gonna pronounce any of these correctly, so I'll put the name on the screen. But I was taking 5 mg's of this. My doctor gave it to me for the pinched nerve as well as for the migraines that I was having, and she said if it didn't work at the 5 mg's, take it 2 times to make it 10 mg's. And I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, the muscle relaxer helped them with their pinched nerves and their migraines. I'm gonna tell y'all guys now, it didn't do nothing for me. It didn't do nothing for me, and it took about 2 hours for me to get tired. So yeah, and when I went to the migraine doctor the other day, the neurologist yesterday, she even said that this does not work for migraines, but it also didn't work for my pinched nerves. So I still have it. It is still good for the year. I have quite a few in here, and I can get a refill from my doctor if I need it, but I haven't really been using it unless it's like been really, really painful for me, then I will take it. But I have that. Then over the counter, I have Excedrin Migraine, which does absolutely nothing. It's 250 mg's, I think, of acetaminophen. It has aspirin at 250 mg's, and it also has caffeine at 65 mg's. So I'm not really sure about Excedrin Migraine. It does nothing for me. Acetaminophen does nothing for me. I would prefer ibuprofen over acetaminophen. Even aspirin does nothing. The caffeine, whatever. So I took this yesterday because I didn't want to start the new medications until today freshly. I am missing one medication, and that is the medication she gave me for nausea. It's metoclopramide. Its name's on the screen. I have to take that at 5 mg's. And I'm to take that if I am nauseous. But the problem is if I take that medication, then I have to take the other 2 medications. So I'm going to explain that in a second. But going through the medications with my action plan, right, that she gave me, I have level 1, which is basically preventative treatment, what I'm taking daily. And so what my doctor had previously prescribed me was the vitamin B2s. These are 100 mg, so my doctor had prescribed them at 200 mg, so I was taking 2 pills. And then she also gave me magnesium at 400, magnesium oxide at 400 mg's, and I was taking one of those. However, my neurologist, since I've been doing that and it hasn't really been doing it, it has helped. I did notice a difference in taking those vitamins, but when I didn't take them consistently, then migraines were heavy. So what she has done is I'm still taking the magnesium. So initially when I went to the pharmacy to get my meds, they told me that magnesium was not covered by my insurance, right? So what I did was I bought the magnesium oxide at 500 mg's. And I got this one because the original ones that my doctor had gave me from New York, they're uncoated. They were disgusting, right? So I had bought these, and these were not cheap at all. I went to Rite Aid. Rite Aid ain't cheap. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about Rite Aid medications. Walgreens is like, I feel for me cheaper, or maybe I just like Walgreens. I don't know. But bought these. It's 500, and there are 90 capsules in here. They are the gel. They're quick release capsules. So yeah, the quick release capsules, which I preferred over the uncoated. Bought these, okay? And then when I go to pick up on my medication, I find out that they actually did have the medication for me. So I have it at 500, and then I have the one that my doctor gave me at 400 mg's. On the paper, she says take anywhere from 400 to 600 mg's, and so I'm going to use up all of the 500 ones first, and then use these up because these will last me until next year. And then I also have 6 refills until next year, so I'm not gonna use these yet and waste it, obviously. So yeah, I have to take one of those a day. And then sticking with the vitamin B2, which is not, it's over the counter. I have to pay for these, GNC brand. Inside it's a 100-day supply. It's 100 mg's. I was taking 2 for 200. She has actually upped that dose to 400 mg's. So I'm taking 4 of these a day. So far I did take one of these this morning, and hold on. Sorry guys, that was a doorbell, but yeah. I took one of these so far, and 2 of these while I was eating my breakfast. So I'm gonna take 2 more of these during lunchtime. So I have to take that daily. And then also I have to start on Topramate. I think that's what it's called, Topramate. It's 25 mg's. This is what it is. Topramate. I don't even know what these pills look like. Are they tiny? It's sealed up, so I haven't opened it yet. But I have to start taking it nightly once, 25 mg's, and then if I can tolerate, I can take 2 to make it 50. But I'm supposed to take these every night because it's supposed to make me tired, which works. All of my pills that make me tired, I'm going to be taking at night around 9 o'clock because I do want to try to aim for going to bed by 11:30 the latest. So I'm going to start taking my nightly pills at 9 p.m. to try to, you know, get me tired to go to sleep. So we have that. I did purchase 2 more of the vitamin B2s because they are very hard to find at Rite Aid. Honestly, they sell out really quickly, and because I am now taking 4 of them, 100 are in here. So, you know, it shortens it again. Before that was 50 per container because I was taking 2. I'm taking 4, so it's not that many to go, and these are not cheap either. They are expensive, so I try to catch them on a sale. I literally took the last 2 the other day, so we have that. So that is a preventative treatment. So the preventative treatment is the B2 and the magnesium along with the tropamite every night. Then acute treatment when my headaches are, it says less than 6 out of 10 in severity. I have to take 3 pills, which I mentioned was the Reglan, the metoclopramide, 5 mg's. I don't have them right now. When I went to get them from the pharmacy, they were out of stock. They should have them today, so I'm going to get those today. But if I am nauseous, I have to take that along with the other 2 pills, which are the, no, not that one. It is the, okay, so the naproxen sodium or naproxen at 500 mg's, basically Aleve. I had to buy them over the counter. I got the Rite Aid brand because they didn't have any more of like the regular Aleve brand. So these are similar to the Aleve liquid gels. They are 220 mg's. However, I am told to take 500 mg's. So I honestly am just going to take 2 of these, which I'm sure is way more than 500, or should be about 4. What is that? 220 times 2. That would be 420. Which is still less than what I'm told to take. So if I can find any you know, naproxen sodium at like 250, I'll get that. But for now, I'm just going to be taking these. It's 80 capsules in here, so I gotta take 2, which would then cut these down to 40. So this together would be 80 instead of 160. Can get expensive, but it is what it is. So I would have to take the naproxen sodium, the naproxen with the hydroxyzin, which is this thing here. And they are literally the same size as like muscle relaxers, honestly. The same size as muscle relaxers. And it's 25 mg's. It says that it's going to cause me to be sleepy. So again, I would take this at night. And then also with the Reglan nausea medication, if it's that bad. If I have like a minor migraine that's, you know, less than 6, well, no, because that makes sense. So whatever. If I have to take this nausea medication, I have to take the other 2 medications. And then if it's like extreme 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 level pain, which I've had a few times, I am to take the natriptan. Basically, I was originally taking the sumatriptan, the Imitrex, which did nothing for my body. It caused more pain, honestly. And so this, she said, was a more slower dosage of that, I guess. It doesn't hit you as hard as the sumatriptan did. And so, yeah, this is a naratriptan. And I have 2.5 mg's, and it says to take, on the onset, I would take 1 tablet and then take a second tablet if it's not resolved in 4 hours. This one has 3 refills in it, and there are only 5 pills, which is why people who get migraines say it can be expensive, because they don't give you a lot. And if you're having chronic migraines, it can get crazy. And if I'm only given 3 refills until 2023, it's not helping. And so we just have to pray that I don't have really bad migraines like that and that everything else can work. And so I'm taking a lot. Oh, I also can take ibuprofen 800. I only have one pill left. But the ibuprofen 800 does not work for me at all. But I am to still take it because it can alleviate all my other symptoms. So I have a lot to basically deal with, honestly. But I am willing to go on this journey, trusting God. Obviously, going to be working on my diet. Making sure that I eat, instead of doing 3 meals, I'm going to make sure that I'm eating 6 small meals a day. And so I'm still, it takes a lot for me to eat. Like I said, I only ate a little bit of my pancake and 2 bacons. But I have to eat the rest of this because I still have to take my medication. And so I have to make sure that I stay hydrated, which I think I'm just going to get a new water bottle so that I can fill it up. I know you're supposed to drink like a gallon or half a gallon or a liter. I don't know. I'm going to try what works for me for now. My doctor has given me a lot of different ideas. So I just have to finish reading through all the paperwork she has given me. The only good thing from going to this appointment, outside of getting the help, I would say, is that I gained 2 pounds, which is great for me. But yeah, it's gonna be a journey, and I'm not gonna front for the camera like I used to. If I'm in pain, I'm in pain. Typically, I would just sit there in pain or like stare off into space and then say this is one of like a transparent moment. I would put in a subtitle that I'm having a migraine. But if I'm having a migraine, if I'm having a bad day, I'm just not gonna force myself to record. Because I would rather me get myself together on top of dealing with all these new medications and getting this regimen correct. And so Saturday's video will be the video that was supposed to go up today, which is going to be my tag video. Tuesday's video will be the Nespresso Monin haul, which I recorded that maybe almost a month ago, honestly, and I need to finish editing that. And then I'm also going to have an updated prayer wall because I am changing my prayer wall. I'm doing more of a portable prayer wall now because it's hard to get to my wall, and I am going to be working on that. I will have a full-blown blog available for people in the membership, but I will be doing a video talking through my new prayer wall. So expect that to come in the weeks. And also my October wrap up and my November TBR is going to be coming. But yeah, it's the 26th. I still have a migraine going. It's been a couple of hours since I've had this migraine. It started at 8:30. It's now 11:40 that I'm making this video. So it's been about 3 hours, and I like the app because it tells me exactly. I'll put like a screenshot here of what it looks like by the time I go to edit, so you can see like it tells me how long my migraine has been going on. And it just helps me to learn more about migraines and things like that. This may sound like a lot of medication to people. I know people who are on more medication than this at higher dosages, but honestly, I don't feel convicted in it. If you don't like medication, to each their own. I find nothing wrong with medication. Like an overdose of medication is ridiculous, but obviously use wisdom, seek the Lord when going to doctors and medications and all that stuff. For me, this is just what I have to do. My mom, my church has been praying for me. You guys have been praying for me. Obviously, I let the leaders in my church know, my bishop and my pastor, as well as my co-laborers at the ministerial team. I let them know what's been going on. The dance ministry knows, and so obviously prayers from every angle. And if anybody gets a word from the Lord that say switch something up, obviously I'm open to hearing that. But I'm confident because my new doctor has been very, very helpful. I was there for about almost 3 hours, honestly. It took about an hour maybe to get in to register, and then maybe 2 hours with her. And she was really quick, really sweet, and she also basically said that my feelings were valid, how I felt and what I was going through and the pain that I was feeling. And I appreciated that because, again, like I said, when I went to the hospital, my experience was not the best. I literally had a male doctor tell me straight to my face, "Oh, you're having a migraine. It's a bad headache. I can't do anything to help you. We can't help you here." And it was kind of like, I know that you can't help me with a migraine because it's basically a terrible headache, but I'm sure that there's something you could do. But he kind of brushed it off. And then when I was talking about the nausea, he kept assuming that I was pregnant, but I'm like, I'm not pregnant. Like, there's no way I can have, unless this is like some type of miracle happen and I can't be pregnant. And so to have a doctor that was very, very understanding, and she kept apologizing actually that I even had to be there. She was like, "This is your first time. I can't find your charts." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I'm sorry you have to be here." And I'm like, "Wow, like it's a different experience." It is not my typical doctor because to get seen in New York, I would have had to wait till December, which I could not do. And so I actually was supposed to see my doctor, my neurologist, in September, but the neurologist left and it was a male. Luckily, but I do have a female doctor, and I prefer female doctors. They can relate more. Um, so yeah, that's that. So my eye doctor appointment is tomorrow. They're just gonna go over my eyes again and hopefully put the blue light filter. I don't know if they're gonna do it to these or just give me new glasses. I don't know. I'm gonna order my sunglasses next week, because I'm gonna have to keep that on hand. Pretty much dark rooms work. I've tried the ice on the neck. I've tried the cold compresses. Don't work at all for me. So it's just a matter of finding what works and allowing God to do what He has to do while also taking care of my body. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'm gonna go. I'm having a really bad migraine. Really bad, and I don't want to sit here like I'm not. I really am. And I'm just gonna go. So I will see you guys Saturday's video. I'll be a lot more put together. But yeah, I will chat with you all in the next video. Bye.